These are my top 10 things that you can do in a relationship to improve your relationship. All right, here we go. Number 10, experience new things together for the first time. Now, there's data out there that shows that couples who try new things together are oftentimes more happy. You know, it's that getting away from that same old everyday thing, breaking that pattern of just doing the same thing over and over and over again. It's recharging, so to speak. So when couples try new things together, it makes for more adventure. So these couples tend to be a little bit more happier than others when they go out and try new things together. All right, I know some of us, when we get up in age, we get stuck in our own ways and we don't want to try nothing new. But you know how it is. Trying new things is kind of like going to the doctor. When you go to the doctor, you hate to go to the doctor, but after you go, you'll be glad you went. That's kind of how it is when you try new things. Okay, number 9. Time apart is as important as time together. Y'all know how it is. It's the old saying. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. And you can just go out for the weekend sometimes and you've been with your significant other for a whole month straight, no kind of break, a whole year straight, no kind of break. You leave for one little weekend and you on the phone like, hey, what you got on? Absence makes the heart grow fonder, y'all. Okay, so number 8, debrief after sex. Talk about what you liked in doing intercourse. Talk about what you liked and what you didn't like. Talk to your partner and ask, what did you like about what I did and what did you not like? That way you can improve, you can improve your sex game. It's kind of just like any other game that you would play. If you were playing basketball or anything else, you go in and, you play and then you take a break and talk about it on the sideline. Look, we got to do this, because the ultimate goal is to win. You want to win. So it's the same thing. Talk about what you can do to improve yourself, all right? Number 7, express gratitude. Now, this goes without saying. You learn when you a small kid to say thank you when people do something nice for you. So always remember that. Sometimes when you've been with somebody for a while, you kind of get used to them and you kind of just take it for granted, the little things that they do for you on a daily basis. So remind yourself, I don't know, tie a string to your finger or something, but remind yourself to express gratitude daily, not once a week, don't wait till they do something big for you. Express gratitude about the little things. It's just something as simple as them bringing you a glass of water from the kitchen. The little things, express gratitude daily. Number 6, invest in your relationship by eating healthy and staying fit. Now, let me tell y'all this. This is a big one. Eating healthy, it not only helps with your body functions, your normal body functions, but it also helps to prevent disease. Now, when people get in relationships and they get in these committed relationships, what happens is that oftentimes you gain weight because you feel like the hunt is over. So once the hunt is over, you feel like you can relax. You don't have to have the stress of working out and being fit and all that stuff because you got who you want. But let me explain something to y'all. The hunt ain't never over. Let me say that again. The hunt is never over because It may be over for you, but those people on the outside, those infiltrators, they wait. They out there working out. And they can't wait for you to slip up. They hunting. And they are hunting for your significant other. And if you ain't on your game, they gonna snatch them up. So make sure you're on your game. Remember that. All right, the hunt is never over. Number 5. This is a big one too, y'all. All of these are big, but boy, we getting really heavy now. Number 5, argue against problems, not each other. You got to always remember, people, that when you're in a relationship, it's like a team. You're on the same team. Always give your partner the benefit of the doubt that when they're saying something that might be critical, even if it's critical of you, that they're not doing it to belittle you. They're not doing it to disparage you. They're probably doing it to uplift you. They're doing it to improve you, to improve your behavior. You know, so give them the benefit of the doubt, and y'all work it out together. You know, in my house is truly my mansion. It is really my castle. It's a place where it's peace. When you come through that door, you're at home. You're at peace. The war is out there. When you come in here, it's all peace. Don't bring no problems in here, because I'm not going to bring no problems in here. And if I do bring some problems, if you bring some problems, we on the same team, we going to sit here and talk about how we can knock these problems out together. Who pissed you off, baby? Who did what? Okay, let's talk about how we going to resolve this together, because automatically I'm going to side with you. Not meaning that I'm just going to go down that road and be a crash dummy if you're wrong. But automatically I'm siding with you because you are my partner, you are my significant other. So an attack on you is an attack on me. And we need to figure out what's the best way to go about solving this issue. We are on the same team. So when there is a problem, we're going to argue against the problem, not each other. Okay, number 4, pay attention to details. I used to didn't do this. I would date girls and they'd be like, well, I remember I was dating this girl once, and I mean, I'm not trying to brag, but she was a beauty queen, right? So, super, super gorgeous girl. And I'd never told her that she looked nice. Once I went to pick her up one day, and she was like, Will, how come you never tell me that I look good? And I'm like, man, you hear that all the time. She said, yeah, but I want to hear from you. And I was like, whoa, that was heavy. So I didn't catch my snap right then. I just said it just to appease her. But later in life, as I grew, I understood how important that is to women. And it's important to men too. But since I'm a man, I'm talking about how important it is to a woman to recognize when she get her hair done, there's a change in her hairstyle. Compliment her on that. Let her know you're watching. Compliment her on when she changed the color of her fingernails or the polish on her toenails. That's how detailed I am. If she put some different earrings on I ain't seen before, I'm gonna recognize it. That's how much detail that I'm into. Like, I'm watching. I see everything, and I'm noticing everything. And women appreciate that because women go they go a long way to impress men. They go a long way. And, you know, it's kind of cool when you recognize that. You know, when you recognize it, they really appreciate it in more ways than you can imagine. Okay, number 3. Ask not what your significant other can do for you, but what you can do for your significant other. That's huge. Because oftentimes we just like to sit around and we like, well, what are you going to do for me? We want to keep score. People who keep score in relationships are part of a losing tradition. Don't keep score. Don't sit around and wait on her to do something for you. Don't sit around and wait on him to do something for you. What did you do for me? What are you doing for me? Don't wait on that. Don't do that. When they ask you to do something, don't let your first response be a way to wiggle out of it. You should be proud and you should feel privileged to do things for your significant other. If you can do it, do it. Don't hesitate to do it. And don't sit around and wait on them to do something for you and say, okay, I did this for you. Now, your turn. Don't do that. Okay, number 2, act like you're still trying to prove to your significant other that you are the absolute best person on this planet for them to be in a romantic relationship with. Kind of like you did when you first started dating. Remember how attentive you were? Remember how you went that extra yard to make sure that you put on those nice pants or that nice dress or skirt or jacket, made sure you had the right perfume on, made sure your hair was styled, you was groomed, you're smelling good. Remember how you made sure not to be offensive with how you talk to them. You was very considerate of their feelings. You wanted to make sure you say the perfect thing. Man, you got to work on that like that. You got to continue to work on that. It ain't that hard once you get into a routine. If you ain't used to it, it might be kind of hard for you. It might be a little difficult. But just like anything else, it becomes a habit. So once you get used to it, you'll be all right. Number 1, and I think we all know this one, drum roll please, communication. Communicate, 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 and compromise. Now, when I say communicate, I mean don't just talk, because talking is communicating, but effective communication is what gets you that. If you're communicating, if you're talking with somebody and they're not understanding, and I'm talking to you, you're not understanding me, we're not going to get that. We have to effectively communicate. Part of that effectively communicating is knowing how to compromise, knowing how to fall back, knowing that everything is not an emergency. Everything is not an attack on your character. You are in this together. Remember that. Communicate, 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 and compromise. Compromising does not mean you are weak. It doesn't mean that. It means that I do things for you, you do things for me. It's reciprocated. We go back, we go forward. We just compromise to make things work. You know how you do when you're in business? You don't leave $1 million on the table. When you're in business, you figure out a way to get to that money, right? So that needs to be the same. That's how you need to value your relationship. Get to that money, man. Get to that money. Compromise. Don't leave that money on the table. No more talk.